Guys, so if you've been with my channel for a while, you know I've got a lot of fabric scraps. This is my bag of itty bitty little scraps, like stupid teeny tiny little scraps like this. And yes, I've got them color coded, little bags for each color. And I've also got some bigger scraps, not much better, but it's like this that I just use in junk journals. Anyway, because I've got way too many scraps, I've been doing some little projects. Actually, this is kind of ongoing. My scrap fabric projects never stop. Anyway, about a year and a half ago, I made some little scrap flowers. And I'll put the link to that video down below if you didn't see it. But actually, it's probably a year and a half ago now. I think that was like right at the beginning of my channel. I'm not sure, but I thought I'd make some more. Last time I made a mix of all different colours. This time I've just made blue ones. So this is about as close as I get to baking cookies. Aren't they cute? I just love them. Anyway, they're very simple, very easy, but I just think they're really cute. They're just circles of fabric, just sewn together with a little scrap. And these are all from scraps, so I don't actually go cutting up fabric to make these. They're all just these little scraps from my scrap fabric box. But I think they turn out super cute. Just layers of all different fabric. So I thought I would make a bunch for myself to use in journals and happy mails and little freebies with my orders when I send them out. And I might actually make some extras to go into my Etsy shop. And I started with blue because blue is the fabric scraps that I have the most of. So anyway, that's what I've done so far. And over the past week, I've just been cutting a whole bunch of circles. You know, I've got my hands in a brace. Well, it's not in a brace now because I've taken it off again. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. Yeah, hubby keeps rousing at me. Stop taking it off. It'll never get better. But I can't do anything. I've been sitting there, like sitting on my bum, doing nothing except little bits like this. So anyway, I thought I would just turn the camera on and make some with you. Okay, so the little circles, they're not perfect circles. You can see they're really wonky, and that's okay. I want them to be wonky. I like the little flowers to look wonky. And the way I cut them up, I don't cut them up one by one. I just find little strips, or I'll cut these bigger pieces into a couple of strips, and I just fold it. Sorry, I still can't use my hand properly. Oh my gosh. I can't wait till it's healed. I'm so over it. Okay, I just fold it, and I just do a little circle. Let me put this aside. Actually, I don't know how much you can see on camera. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, that'll do. I'm sitting down, I can't see my camera. Goodness knows what you're seeing. Okay, and I don't try and make it perfect, and I usually just cut these like super quick because I like doing quick projects. So you'll end up with these little scraps, and those go into my itty bitty scrap fabric bag. That one I showed you. Don't throw those itty bitty bits away, because I'll show you what we can do with those later as well. Well, you can do a lot of things with them, but I'll show you one of the things that I do with them. See, even stupid bits like this, I keep those. It's so sad. Anyway, so depending on how many layers of your strip, you'll get a few circles. And this is the quickest way to use up these bigger scraps, you know, like this. Just do a whole bunch of little scrap fabric projects. So this is just one of the things I do with them. Look, there's 1,000 different things you can do with them. These are probably being done before by someone else as well. I don't know. I just do my own thing. Okay, I can't even fold this. There's a little crease in this fabric that's annoying me. I hope you can hear okay. There's someone outside that's got a leaf blower or something. I don't know why they're leaf blowing today, because it's really windy and they're going to get more leaves. Okay, so I won't cut anymore. I mean, that's the quickest way I use, the quickest way I found to cut the circles. So see these bits? Just keep those. Okay. So all different little circles, different fabric. Actually here I probably don't have a big choice of fabric left now, because my little box has been whittled down a bit. And for the little flower centers, you can put a button in the middle or put nothing if you want, but I chose to put a little bit of yellow fabric. I don't know, just to make them kind of flowerish. I don't know. I thought they were cute that way. Anyway, so I've just got some old, actually this was my old board shorts. Yes, they were yellow. They were only for the pool at home anyway, so no one got to see them. Anyway, I think I ripped the bum when I was climbing up on the fence, and I jumped down. I was cutting branches that were hanging over, and I ripped a hole in the bum, so I'm just chopping them up. Anyway, I'll chop them up to you. So the little flowers, I just did some teeny tiny little squares. Oh, that's double. Let me just, oh, I can't be bothered cutting that in half. I've just done little squares. I'm not going to bother making them round. Anyway, sorry you haven't seen a lot of me. Yeah, I'm supposed to be sitting on the lounge, not with a wrist brace on, not using this wrist, and also I've torn a ligament in my ankle, so I'm supposed to be sitting there with my leg raised. I've got fluff everywhere, but I can't sit still. I'm so bored sitting there. There's nothing on TV. I've read books, I've chopped and glued, and I've been doing all sorts of crazy things. So I have to keep sneaking in my craft room. Anyway, all I do, I like to use for the bottom layer of the flower something a bit thicker, just to give it some, I don't know, make it a bit sturdier or some rigidity to it, because I don't want something like this on the back, because I don't know, it's too flopsy. Oh, I hate when ones like this are up like that. I'll see if I can flatten him. Anyway, I just do it like a little production line. I don't do one at a time. I just do a whole bunch in one hit. Oh, I might put him on the bottom. What else? Have I got any more? Okay, that'll do. I think I'm going to use him because he's annoying me. Maybe I'll chop him down. Okay. Whoa, he's really wonky, isn't he? That's going to annoy me as well. Okay. And then I just put little circles, whatever fits. Okay, when I do these myself, I'm actually a lot quicker. I go plop, 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 plop. This was, oh, what was it? Oh no, actually, that's not it. I was thinking this was my old umbrella, but it's not this fabric. But I have an umbrella as well that broke, that I pulled the fabric off the top. It's in here somewhere as well. Oh, this is my old nightie. See? I reuse everything. It's crazy. Actually, a lot of my fabric is old clothing. I don't like him. Do you know, I don't know why, but when the camera starts rolling, I stuff about. I don't normally stuff around like this when I make them myself. Anyway, look, I know you don't need to know how to make these, but sometimes little tips and tricks help. Like, you know, you might be thinking you make one at a time, but it's better to just do a little production line. And for mine, I think I've been using 5 layers on most of them. That seems to be a good thickness. I must say as well, I have been very tempted to chop up some shiny fabric. I want some sparkles or something in here, because my choice, what I've got left in here is all the same, because I've used up too much of my blue fabric now. No, I don't want him there. I don't like this guy underneath. I'm ditching him. And I do put it largest to smallest, but if it covers it up a little bit on one edge, I don't mind, as long as underneath peeps through. I'm going to cover up that pretty star. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I find him a bit boring. See this? This is some sparkly thread through that fabric. I feel like I need some more of that. I was almost about to sing on camera. My friend James actually said, I can't believe you haven't sung on camera yet, because when we're on the phone, I always sing. Trust me, you don't want to hear me sing either. Oh, all these little fluffy bits. Okay, this is taking me way longer than it normally would. Trust me, you can knock these up really, really fast. I don't like the floppy. See, I'm all out of the thick fabric for the back, and I don't want to cut new fabric because the whole purpose of me making these was to get rid of scraps, and if I cut up new fabric, I'm just making more scraps, aren't I? Okay, you get the idea. 1, 2. Need a little black. I never cut enough little babies. Let me cut a baby. I also don't like when I go cutting up one single little circle like this. Otherwise you're wasting time. Okay. That. My camera's probably cut off by now. I've talked too long. Okay, so I just layer them up quicker than this. I don't know why I can't do anything quick once I turn the camera on. I think because that perfectionistic thing starts coming out in me and I'm trying to make them perfect, but I think the more random they are, the better they are. When you start trying to make them look perfect, that's when they turn out not so perfect. What is this little? Oh, that's a baby. I need one more baby. It's a bit big. Okay. Now I just stick my little centers on. I don't glue them or anything, I just sew them straight away. Oh, this guy doesn't have enough layers for my liking. Let me just add a few more to him. I don't like this guy. Too big. Yeah, I don't glue them, but actually I did glue a few. As I put each layer, I just put a dot of glue, only because I was doing some in front of the TV. But usually I just, on my desk, put them together. I would have, you know, way more rows than this. I would fill this whole board. And I'd actually have put together enough flowers in on this whole board in the same amount of time as I did these 8. I don't know why, I'm just so slow when the camera gets turned on. But yeah, I don't usually glue them unless I put them together in front of the TV, which is not often, because I can't be bothered gluing. I just put them together like that, and then I take them straight to the sewing machine and sew them. So let me just move you and I'll be back. Actually, let me just zoom on in so you can see them a bit closer so far. Okay, and I'll just move you to my sewing machine. Okay, I hope you can see okay, and I hope I don't go putting my big head in front of the camera. Anyway, so all I do, I get my little bundle of fabric that I've put together, and I just sew a couple of stitches in the center. And that's what I mean, it's kind of a waste of time gluing them. Is my hand in the way? I don't know the best angle. Okay, I need to just take my shoes off. I can't sew in shoes. I need to sew bare feet. And all I do is I just do a couple of stitches back and forwards. Now I don't, sorry, I know my hand's probably in the way. Should try and get a better angle. But yeah, I don't cut the thread. I just do a little production line, like a whole little string of them. Now, because these aren't glued, they might move about a bit, but I'm not too fussed because they're little scrappy flowers for junk journals. They're not meant to be perfect, and they won't be perfect because I mean, they're just so rough and ready, aren't they? I think last time I made these, I think I made about 100 of them, and so I just end up with this whole big, you know, string of them. And I think I did the 100 in one hit. You can sew these by hand if you want, but I actually find it just quicker to do this. And I don't mind too much if I'm wasting thread, because I buy my thread in great big spools. Like, let me show you. Oops. It's too big to show, but yeah, they're these great big spools. Sorry, I know I was too close then, but and then I just wind it onto the bobbin. So I've actually got a bobbin on the top of my machine and on the bottom of my machine. Instead of like a cotton reel on the top of my machine. And when I don't have my sore arm, I can whip these babies up super fast. Okay, last little guy. Now, if I weren't showing you, if I were just doing this myself, like I said, I'd do a whole bunch more than what I'm doing now. just move you back up. I'm not turning my camera off, so I'm just going to make you see sick a minute. Sorry, you'll see my nice messy desk. Okay. So you end up with this. Actually, this might make a nice little roll of flowers if I just kept them like that and rolled it up, and you just snip one off when you want. Do them in all different colours, but anyway, so you end up with this, and then I just snip them off. Let me sit down. I'm not supposed to be standing on my ankle either. I'll break all the doctor's rules. Anyway, so I just snip the thread off. I don't, I've said it before on my channel, but I don't finish the backs. I know a lot of people put felt and stuff on the back of their handmade flowers. Not that these are like pretty handmade flowers that you'd use in anything other than junk journals, but even if I make more dainty, pretty little flowers, I don't put anything on the back, because I feel if you're using it in a junk journal, you're just going to glue it down anyway. I just feel it's a waste. But I mean, unless you're making pretty flowers for hair pieces or I don't know, something. And these little threads, I think in my last batch of flowers, I may have left those little threads on a bit longer, but these ones I'm not bothering. Let me just snip them all apart. Oops, don't know what happened on the back of that one. Yeah, I think this may be the last of the little blue flowers I make until I get more blue scrap fabric, because the variation, there's not enough in there for my liking. Oh, I suppose there's maybe a few more in there, but I like using all really random fabrics so that they're all different. I mean, they all do turn out different. But I guess I'm sick of seeing the same fabric. I've got a few other little blue fabric projects that I've been working on as well. Oh, of course, the eternal ruffles. I actually ended up putting kind of a permanent listing in my Etsy shop for 60 mixed ruffles. So these are some of the ones that'll go into packs, and oh, I've got another box up there. I'll add these to it. So I think a couple of days ago, actually it was a week ago, if you saw it, I did make one pack of mixed ruffles, 60 mixed ruffles in a pack, and but I only made one, and then I got a lot of queries for it, so I've just made it a kind of a permanent listing in my shop for now. When I say permanent, it'll be there for a while. I just keep topping it up, and I'll leave it there for a couple of months until I'm absolutely sick of ruffles. I am kind of a bit sick of them, but it's a great way for me to use up fabric. Okay, and that's your little blue scrappy flowers. See, I knew this bit would annoy me. I kind of want to iron the crease out of that. I don't know how much you can see. Oops, this guy didn't cut down. if you have like old t-shirts, pillowcases, pajamas, children's clothing, linens, bed sheets, whatever, like I said, I used the cover of an umbrella, whatever fabric, you just use it in little projects like this. Or if you do use clothing as a normal source of your fabric, you know, when you cut the sleeves off something, sometimes you're left with weird shapes that it's not big enough to use as the lining in a journal, you know, the fabric lining on the inside cover of a journal, or there's not long enough strips to use as fabric down the spine of a journal. So things like collars and sleeves and that on thrifted clothing or your own clothing, whatever you choose to chop up, and you end up with weird shapes like this. You just make little things like this. I think they're really cute. Anyway, I will put I'll pop a listing for these into my Etsy shop, and I'll probably just put them in packs of 10. I always do everything in packs of 10. I don't know why, but I'll pop them in packs of 10. But if you want more or less, you can just message me. I'll put that in. I was thinking of making some other colors as well until I get sick of them or I've used up enough fabric. What else? I'll show you another little project. So these will be in my Etsy. The mixed ruffle listing is already up in my Etsy. And I'll come back and show you how to just make some little patchwork pockets as well, if you're interested. I've got a few other things going on, but I'll show you on separate videos. Otherwise the video becomes too long and you're probably already bored enough. Okay, that's it, and thanks for watching. Bye.